Children, now we are going to understand the another concept that is called as a self-induction. We have to find out what is meant by the self-induction, and we have to define self-inductance. We have to find out the unit and the dimension of self-inductance. Okay, so what is self-induction? First of all, let us understand. Okay, when the current flows in the coil, it gives rise to the magnetic flux through the coil itself. As the strength of the current changes, the linked magnetic flux changes and opposes the EMF which is induced in the coil. This EMF is called as a self-induced EMF or called as a back EMF. Okay, and this phenomena of inducing the self EMF is called as a self-induction phenomena. So self-induction is the phenomena of production of induced EMF in the coil when changing current passes through it. Now how it is, let us understand regarding this particular two diagrams. Okay, now you can see that this is A diagram and this is B diagram. Okay, now let us consider first this diagram. Okay, now this particular diagram shows a battery, okay, a tapping switch. This is a tap switch. Okay, tapping switch connected in series with the coil, and this is the coil, this is called as a coil. Okay, now as soon as the switch is closed, the current increases in this particular direction. Yes, because from positive to negative, current increases, and therefore the magnetic flux through the coil, because now when the current starts flowing through the coil itself has starts inducing some EMF, isn't it? Because the coil is starting from minimum to maximum, 0 to maximum, isn't it? So what happened, this particular wire or this particular coil behaves as a solenoid now, and it starts emitting the magnetic flux, isn't it? So we know that whenever the particular magnetic flux through the coil increases from 0 to maximum value, and induced current flows in the opposite direction of the battery current. Why it flows opposite to the direction of battery current? Because they are the induced currents, and induced currents direction is in such a way that they opposes the change which has occurred in them. Now here, why the induced EMF or induced current is generated in this particular coil? Because as the battery current I is flowing through this, and battery current is making this coil as a magnet, and it is producing the magnetic flux. Now magnetic flux are increasing from 0 to maximum in this direction, 0 to maximum. Okay, so to oppose this maximum flux, to oppose this change in the flux, the induced current opposes that particular change in the magnetic flux. So as it is opposition, that's what it is considered as the induced current's direction is in this manner. Okay, so therefore we can see that the induced current is flowing in the opposite direction to the battery current. Okay, now let us go for the second case. In this case, the tapping switch is suddenly open now. Okay, when the switch is open, now what happens, the current starts decreasing in the circuit. So current in the coil also start decreasing in the circuit. Okay, and hence the magnetic flux through the coil also decreases. Now previously when current was flowing through the coil, the flux was becoming maximum, but as soon as you are going to switch off the key or open the switch, then the flux is going to change from maximum to minimum, isn't it, or maximum to 0. Okay, so therefore the induced current opposes this change in the magnetic flux from maximum to 0, isn't it? And therefore the change in the magnetic flux is going to be considered, and the direction of the induced current is now in this direction. Okay, that is the battery current and the induced current are now flowing in the same direction. Okay, so therefore in this case, while closing the switch, the current is passed in the opposite direction to the battery current, and while the switch is open, now the flux is changing from the maximum to 0. So to oppose the change becoming maximum to 0, to oppose the change, the induced current flows in this direction. Okay, so therefore we can say that this particular self-induction process takes place in the coil itself when the current is flowing through the coil itself, because the current is flowing through the coil, Therefore, coil behaves as a magnet. Therefore, magnetic flux is generated either from 0 to maximum or from 0 maximum to 0. This change in the flux is the reason for inducing the current. Okay, and therefore this induced induction process is called as a self-induction process. Now we have to consider what is meant by the coefficient of self-induction. So I'll write on here coefficient self-induction. Okay, now as we are saying that at any instant of time t, the phi flux, that is a magnetic flux linked with the coil, is proportional to current. Obviously, because how much change in the flux is there, it is responsible, and that factor is directly proportional to I. Okay, and therefore we can have phi is equal to, if proportionality sign is removed, we have to introduce one constant, and that constant L is called as a coefficient of self-induction, or this factor is also called as self-inductance. I'll write down here self-inductance. Okay, now any change in the current sets up the induced EMF in the coil. We have studied that, and therefore we know that E is equal to minus d phi by dt. We have studied the Faraday's law and Lenz's law, and by that we have produced this equation E is equal to minus d phi by dt. Now we know that phi is equal to L into I. So we have minus L di by dt. Okay, so we can say that this is the equation in terms of the self-inductance. So induced EMF E is equal to minus L di by dt. So we can say that if I is equal to 1, isn't it? And then if I is equal to 1, then we can say that phi is equal to L. Phi is equal to L. Therefore, the self-inductance of the coil is equal to the magnetic flux linked with the coil when the unit current flows through it. Now we have to find out here the equation, that is what is meant by the self-inductance. Suppose I will write down here di by dt is equal to 1. This factor di by dt is equal to 1. Then obviously we can have E is equal to minus L. E is equal to minus L. So again we can say that self-inductance of the coil is the induced EMF set up in the coil due to unit rate of change of current through it. Okay, so unit rate of change of current is di by dt is equal to 1. Okay, now we have to find out unit of self-inductance. So to find out unit, I will write down here for finding out unit. L is equal to E upon di by dt. Okay, now for that we are going to consider here again L is equal to, unit of E is nothing but volt. So 1 volt I will write down, divided by, now di by dt, that means current per time, current per unit time. So it is 1 ampere second raised to minus 1, or per second. So we can have unit here is equal to 1 volt second per ampere. This is the unit of L, or this is the unit of self-induction, and this value is considered as 1 Henry. Okay, so generally whenever we will write down the unit in the solving the numericals, self-induction or self-inductance is given by the factor or by the unit that is called as a 1 Henry. So whenever you are writing complete name Henry, then you have to write down H as a small letter. If you are writing only H, then that is a capital H. Okay, so this is the unit of the self-induction. Okay, now dimension, suppose we want to find out. Sometimes dimensions are also useful. Okay, so dimensions of self-inductance we are going to find out, that is nothing but L is equal to phi upon I by the basic formula. Okay, so phi is equal to BA, we have studied in the starting of the chapter only. Okay, so I will write down like this. Now this B is nothing but we have studied in terms of BVQ sine theta. Okay, so we have force, so F upon, now instead of B we are writing here F upon QV sine theta. Okay, now into remaining is A upon I. Okay, because we have written here B in terms of f upon qv sin theta. Okay, now suppose we are going to find out dimensions of L, then it is equal to, we have now m1 L1 t minus 2 into area L square, okay, divided by qv sin theta, q coulomb, okay, then v velocity meter per second, so L t raised to minus 1, and current is ampere. So we have the dimension of this self inductance is nothing but m1 L2 t minus 2 and a minus 2. Okay, because we have considered here c and t raised to minus 1, because it is charge flowing per unit second is also called as an ampere current, so it is also considered as a. So a into a square, and going in the numerator it is a raised to minus 2. So these are the dimensions of L. Okay, now this is all about the self induction and self inductance, isn't it? Now we are going to find out the application of this in the particular case. Now we have to find out the self inductance of a long solenoid, means how to calculate the value of L if the long solenoid is carrying a current. Okay, we have to derive the expression. Generally this expression is asked for 3 marks in the exam. Okay, and we have to find out the factors on which self inductance of the coil depends. Okay, so for that we have to consider a long solenoid of length L. So solenoid, I'll write down here, solenoid having length L, okay, and radius R. Obviously R is very less than L. That's what we have said here, long solenoid, and having n turns, small n turns per unit length. Okay, now current I is passing through the solenoid. Okay, that is a coil. Okay, therefore the magnetic field inside the coil is almost constant because it is a uniformly constructed solenoid. So that's what the magnetic field inside that solenoid almost remains constant, and we have studied that the magnetic field inside the solenoid is given by B is equal to mu naught into Ni. This we have studied. Okay, now we want to find out how much magnetic flux is linked with each turn. Okay, so magnetic flux linked with each turn is equal to B into A. A is the area of the coil. Okay, so therefore we are going to have here is equal to BA is equal to mu naught into NIA. Okay, now A is considered as a pi r square, which is the area of the cross-sectional area of that solenoid. Okay, now magnetic flux linked with the entire solenoid we want to find out, isn't it? So therefore magnetic flux linked with entire solenoid we want to find out. Okay, and that is given by phi is equal to flux linked with one turn or each turn multiplied by total number of turns, such a turns. Okay, so flux linked with each turn is nothing but mu naught, we have studied here, mu naught into NIA. Okay, this is the flux linked with each turn multiplied by the total number of turns. Now total number of turns in that particular long solenoid having the length L is nothing but N into L. So I will write down here N into L. Okay, so this together factor we can say that now mu naught into N square, because N into N square, now L A I. Okay, this is our first equation. So this is phi is equal to, we have calculated by using the formula. Okay, formula, that is B is equal to mu naught into Ni. Now as we have studied that flux is also given by phi is equal to Li. Phi is equal to Li also, and this is considered as the second equation. So both the flux are considered to be in the similar manner. So if I can equate this particular both the equations, then L into I is equal to mu naught n square L A I. So I can write down now L is equal to, this I can be getting cancelled out. We have mu naught n square L into A. Okay, so this is the formula to calculate the self inductance. Okay, now suppose this is in terms of the number of turns per unit length, and if I have capital N is the total number of turns in the solenoid. Okay, so we know that capital N is equal to total number of turns in solenoid, that is given by, how we calculate, we know that it is N, isn't it? Capital N is equal to small n into L. So we have N is equal to capital N upon L. So this formula we have studied. Okay, therefore I can say that now L is equal to mu naught, instead of n square we are writing n square by L square. Okay, so out of that one L will be cancelled. So we have mu naught n square A divided by L. So this is also the another formula. So sometimes we can use this formula also, and sometimes we use this formula also, depending on what is given. If we want to find out in terms of number of turns per unit length, then this formula is used. If we want to find out inductance in terms of total number of turns, then we can use this formula. Okay, so we can write down, if the coil is wound over a material of high relative magnetic permeability such as a soft iron, then we can say that L is equal to mu R mu naught n square L A, or also can be written as mu R mu naught capital N square A by L. So this is we have considered the basic relation, but suppose that particular coil is wound over a material of high relative magnetic permeability material such as soft iron, then we can get this formula, that is this formula. Okay, so all these formulas are important. Now we can say that what are the factors affecting on the self inductance. Okay, so obviously we can see from the formula, that is the factors which are affecting are, number one, I'll write down here, number of turns, that is L is proportional to n square. L is proportional to n square. Okay, the second factor I can write down that L is proportional to area. So L is larger the area of cross section, the larger is the self inductance. Okay, you can see here larger is the number of turns in the solenoid, larger is the self inductance. And third important point is that the permeability of core. Permeability of core material. Okay, now here the self inductance of a solenoid increases mu r times, because we have seen here the L is equal to mu r times that particular value. So mu r times the total value. Okay, so self inductance of the solenoid increases mu r times if it is wound over the iron core of the permeability, relative permeability, that is mu r. So it also depends on the permeability of a core material. So these are the three main important points to understand what are the factors affecting that particular self inductance. Okay, now which are the phenomena associated with self induction? Suppose we want to find out what the self induction process we have studied, we have found out the formula, but where this can be used or where are the applications of this? The first important term is that the sparking is also the phenomena of a self induction. Okay, now when the break of the circuit is sudden, then the circuit is suddenly switched off. A large self induced EMF is set up in the circuit in the same direction as the original EMF, because we have studied this one. Suddenly the circuit is switched off, then large induced EMF is in the same direction of the applied EMF or applied voltage is taken place. Okay, this causes a big spark across the switch. So across the switch the spark can be noticed. So this is also one of the case where we can study the self induction. Okay, now next one is electromagnetic damping. Already we have studied this, and these are some of the places where we can understand the meaning and the impact of the self induction or self inductance. Thank you.